Okay, Ashaeden, you ready?
Yes, I am absolutely ready.
Okay, if you want to take over the first introduction.
Alrighty, we are over here playing on Overgrowth for our first match of this clan war, and I am really excited to be here and help co-casting on this wonderful and exciting event. And the bottom left-hand corner, we have our yellow Zerg, who is none other than the captain of the Black Pearl himself, Jack Sparrow.
And up here in the top right for clean TrpleT, we have none other than WPS Game Over.
Well, let's hope he can live up to the name and see if he can make this a game over.
Well, game over or not, I would like to comment that he's going really ballsy putting a supply depot not at the ramp.
I would very much be inclined to agree with you. Very ballsy.
Think we'll see a fast command center.
You know, I've never actually seen him play, so we might actually see that.
I can't remember if he played yesterday or not. But okay, so he's going to do an SCV scout. And we have a gas and spawning pool first. Looks like we're going to see a speedling all in or a baneling bust.
You know, it's a little bit late for the gas to barely go down. You know, we might still see that. We might still see one of the two, but it'll be a little bit delayed, maybe by 30 seconds.
Is WPS playing random?
You know what? I think you're right. I did not notice the Terran.
No, I think he's... Interesting. Should we go gas and then pool? It has to be a baneling bust. Or a speedling all in.
Well, we got a scout for the natural, so Game Over knows that there's something up. It's really delayed hatch here.
Yeah, and...
So this is definitely going to be, I think this is going to be a one-base timing.
Yeah. Looks...
Either that or it's a really, really delayed hatchery. I mean, this could be some hashtag mind games going on.
That is very true. And he did stop at 100 gas, so he's just going to get really fast speed. Guess he maybe was concerned about a proxy reaper?
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, we do got the early gas down, but we're going straight into factory and reactor for the barracks. So I don't think we're going to be seeing any reapers this game.
No, but it'll be interesting to see if he goes for a starport and then a tech lab on the barracks to go for a banshee on top of the Hellions.
That might be, I mean, nice. Oh no, he's switching right into reactor. So I think we're going to see Hellions, and maybe he'll try to do some pokes in the mineral line. Yeah. And that was an extremely delayed hatchery for Jack Sparrow, dropping at about 18 supply.
Yeah, oh! Going for a roach rush. But that's really low econ. He's only at 16 drones currently mining. 5 in production.
Well, he sent pretty much most of his speedling army to guard the watchtowers, poking in a little bit to kind of scout and see the tech that Jack Sparrow's running. He doesn't have his CC down yet, so I'm a little bit concerned about that.
Do we see an armory going down? No, not yet.
Not yet at all. So this is really, really delayed CC. I don't know. Go ahead.
He's going for a Hellbat Marauder opening, I think. There's nothing else.
Well, he does have concussive shells going, so he's probably going to try to make this a really strong timing right now. Yeah. Maybe he's going to try to punish this greed.
No, it looks like he's just going to make Marauders and Hellions.
Well, he lost the first Marauder.
Yeah, Lings tend to do that.
Well, if we can see some good micro right now. Oh, we've got an evolution chamber and a defensive spine crawler and another evo chamber going down right now, so he's preparing for the attack. Jack Sparrow is.
Still really low on the drone count. But he does have Lair up now, though.
Oh,
He's
he may be able to push right into the main.
Oh,
Oh, that would
he definitely can.
get it.
He need
Yes.
Jack Sparrow needs roaches. Yeah.
We got another defensive spine crawler going down. He did get the cancel on the spine crawler at the natural, though.
Yeah, but that's still. And pulling drones against Hellions. Okay, young children, cover your eyes. And that'll do it.
I think this is going to be GG. I don't think that there's any answer.
No. It's too many Hellions for anything. At this point, he doesn't even need the Marauders to kill the roaches. He has enough Hellions.
Absolutely.
Ashaeden, do you want to check your internet connection before the next game?
Why? Is there lag coming from me?
Yeah, it says that there's a bit of lag coming from you.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Not a problem.
And that is TrpleT taking a 1-0 advantage, 1-0 lead.
I think you've been seeing the lag problems because I've been setting up my screen so I can see everything and kind of see what the chat going on with the chat. Just trying to set it all up back to the way it was before I had this issue going on yesterday.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to go ahead and test that theory. I'm going to switch over. I'm going to move over my stuff from one screen to another, and you can see if there's any lag coming from the stream or anything.
Okay.
Any little bit of problems going on there?
Not that I've got right now, but
Okay, so everything should be good now.
let's look in the chat and see if there's anything. Okay. Well, nobody seems to be complaining in the chat about too much.
Okay, well, as long as there's not too bad a lag. I'm actually running a test on my internet connection right now.
Okay.
And there is a little bit of a problem. I'm only running about 38 megabits per second right now. So I don't know if that's because of the weather. I should be running about 80, but
Okay.
anyways, I'm ready when they are.
Pastus needs to invite the next two people.
So while we're waiting here, has anybody caught any of the matches for today's in the Red Bull Battlegrounds in Atlanta?
Well, I don't think I got to see any of them.
Well, today I believe was the round of 8. All day today was the round of 8 qualifiers. So we'll definitely be seeing some more stuff going on tomorrow in the round of 8. Pretty exciting stuff. Bomber's going to be playing. Really anxious to see what he does.
Yeah, I saw Puck beat Select and on Overgrowth, I believe it was.
Yes. Hendralis got knocked out today.
Oh? That's sad.
It was. I mean, it was a pretty sad game. It looked like many times he had the advantage, but somehow he just wasn't able to press it.
What matchup?
Oh gosh, who did he play? I think it was versus Huck. Actually, yes, it was Huck.
Oh.
So Huck, go ahead.
So Huck must be feeling pretty good having knocked out Hendralisk and Select.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know who Hendralisk plays for. I can't remember the name. But I know that I'd feel pretty good beating anybody from EG.
Right? You know, I have not seen a whole lot of Jaedong anymore. Did he just decide to no longer play StarCraft, or what's going on?
I don't know. I'm actually curious. Maybe he just needed a break. I
mean,
I don't know. What were you
The
saying?
Zerg god himself decided to just go ahead and quit StarCraft. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe we went back to Brood Wars for a bit.
Maybe so, maybe so. Maybe he went to the retired King of the Zerg's spawning pool somewhere, along with Moonglow.
Unfortunately, I don't know who Moonglow is. And
Really? You don't know Moonglow?
This is sad for me to admit on stream, but I came to the StarCraft community late. Like, I didn't keep up with any of the competitive aspects of Brood Wars, and I only came to StarCraft for Heart of the Swarm a few months after it came out.
Oh, wow. Well, just to give you a little bit of feedback of Moonglow, the last game he played was actually a couple of seasons ago, and he was about 38 years old, I believe, and he was the #1 Zerg player back in Wings of Liberty and Brood War. He was dominating all the competitions, everything. As far as Zergs go, he was where it was at. That's why I'm really surprised you didn't actually know who he was.
The name rings a bell now. Wait, which race did you say he was?
Zerg.
Because I remember hearing about a Protoss player that was in his late 30s, and he was one of the older pros. But I remember my brother talking about him only liking to proxy Oracle. That was about it.
Well, actually, I'm reading the chat here. If Core Kryptonite's talking about Moonglow, I guess apparently he has been playing, and I haven't seen it. I'm totally shocked.
Really?
I have not even seen any of his games.
He's been playing he's played in the last 4 tournaments.
Apparently, according to Core Kryptonite, he got kicked out of the tournaments by Huck 3 out of 4 times.
Aww.
Man, that's too bad. Like he probably doesn't got the new metas down, you know, the new build orders and stuff since Heart of the Swarm's come out. So he hasn't really been able to do anything lately.
No, I guess not. Especially since Protoss got arguably the most buffs quite easily.
Well, that's actually not true. Actually, as a matter of fact, I don't know if you've looked at any of the later buffs, the newer buffs about to come out. The Widowmine is about to be buffed again.
For what is the buff that it's getting now?
Apparently, they're going to have it do more damage.
In Splash or just versus shields?
I think it's more splash, but I'm actually not sure. So don't quote me on that. But all I know is that it's going to be a lot more damage.
If it's more splash, then I'm going to have to bring my tier bucket out of retirement.
And it's funny you say that because I was watching the Red Bull Battlegrounds today, and they made a joke about Protoss tiers.
Protoss?
And if you look at the forum, they were actually commenting about the Terran players being more concerned with how many probes it's going to kill.
Not if, but how many.
Exactly. Not if, but how many. We don't care about the damage. How many probes is it going to kill when we get it in there?
Okay. Well, in the bottom right for Team ViViD hoping to tie up the series, we have Furbiford.
By the way, you guys never invited me.
Oh, so you're not in the game?
I'm in StarCraft, but you guys kicked me out of the party and never brought me along for the ride.
Here. One sec.
I'm sitting here talking away and you guys are ready to go and I'm just sitting here like, okay.
I just let pass know. Do you want to remake?
I mean, it doesn't matter if you guys want to play it and I could just watch the stream and try to be as hilariously funny as I can be. I can. Otherwise, we can remake it.
Okay, it looks like we're going to remake it.
All right.
Sorry about that, guys. If by some miracle you manage to mistake this for the GSL, let it be confirmed that this is not the GSL this time. Now.
Right on. All right, King Sejong Station. This is going to be fun. Yeah, I don't know how I ended up out of the party.
I don't know either. Okay, you're in here this time, right?
Yeah, I'm in there now. I'm ready to go.
Okay, good. So this is round 2.
And it looks like we're going to have a wonderful TVT matchup here on King Sejong Station. Both diamond level.
This should be really good.
Absolutely.
But I'd like to see a strong biomech versus biomech.
Well, I think the chances of that happening are very, very high. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to bet some caster dollars that a Terran makes it out of this matchup.
Nope,
and in the go ahead.
I do believe that there's a Protoss advancing from this matchup.
All right. And in the top left-hand corner, we have a red Terran player from Team TrpleT, ViViD.
And I hit the... I thought I disabled the start button. Okay. And in the bottom right for Team ViViD, we have Ferberford.
Right on.
Not hitting the start button again. Okay.
So, I am going to take a guess that we are going to see some barracks, maybe a factory, from both players.
Okay, I'm sorry for this, guys. I just want to, before I forget, where's the... Okay, I'll find it later and just avoid the start button.
Interesting placement for the barracks from ViViD. No, not really a wall-in going on here right now. Guess he feels pretty confident.
Neither for Ferberford, but I don't think walling TVT is too necessary.
Actually, it looks almost identical in mirror builds.
No gas has come up from Ferberford yet, so there won't be any Reapers from him, likely.
Oh yeah, there was that little difference there. Go ahead and take a look here at the APMs for each player. Wow, there's a significant difference here.
Okay, so
Ferberford, it's 163 to ViViD's 53. How much of that is spammage, I wonder?
Probably about 150. And Beta's probably got about 40 or so. So both getting the orbitals. Ferberford's orbital is just a little bit faster. And Beta's going into Marines instead of Reapers, so...
That's different. Maybe he what do you think he wanted that early gas for?
Probably a factory into a Banshee. If I remember the last time I cast his games, he did that exact same build.
And we got a CC going down on the low ground as well.
So yeah, the one Rax expand. And if he'd actually, if Ferb doesn't keep up Marine production, that Banshee that I was talking about earlier, which it doesn't look like he's going to be going with. But if Beta was to go for a Banshee, then that could do some serious damage.
Beta seems to be going for, just immediately going for his reactor. I would have liked to have seen a tech lab over that. Because he's also doing a really delayed expand.
Yeah, he's about 50 seconds behind.
And we got a pause please coming from Ferberford.
Okay. Not sure what he needs a pause for, but well, no. Well, don't think it's too important for us.
Yep. Well, looking here, we got 2 more barracks on the way actually for Ferberford before he paused it. So this is definitely going to be a thing. We do have the factory down for ViViD. Their supplies are pretty much even for Ferberford with 1 more.
So it looks like ViViD's probably going to go for Hellions and go for a bit of pressure. And Ferberford is, if he's not going bio, then he'll probably go Marine tank. I don't know what the current TVT meta is.
Yeah. Well, actually, what you were talking about the differences here, if when I look at the EPM, where they're actually pretty much even, roughly wavering between 47 and 60.
Yeah.
So pretty much we got a lot of spammage going on from Furbaford. I just hope to see some of that spammage actually doing him some more good here as it gets into the mid game.
Oh yeah. And we still have an SCV down at the bottom. Wonder what he'll be doing with that.
Either he forgot about it or maybe he's up to some shenanigans. What do you think?
Well, I think it would be really cool if he was to build a factory down here and then fly it up and land it in that spot. But
That would be some.
I don't think that'll work with that supply depot that's about to finish. The Widow Mines would probably be visible.
Hmm.
And no Furbaford has an engineering bay down, so if anytime that he starts his upgrade now is going to be an immediate huge advantage for him.
Mm-hmm.
And
looks like actually we might be having a 1-1-1 build. No, it does got a tech lab, so that might be something else a whole lot different.
And a perfectly timed scan.
Yes. So I think he's going to probably drop some turrets down, right? Yep, Furbaford is putting some turrets down immediately.
He's got a turret down in the natural. He needs to... Oh wait, he doesn't have one going down in the main yet. And a factory going down. So. Sim is...
We got a bunker. We got a bunker down for Beta Dre.
I think he's going to need that. This actually looks like it'll be a pretty strong stim timing that's going. But I don't think Furbaford would be able to break that with the bunker.
Well, yeah, Furbaford's not going to be able to do that with only 12 Marines. By the time he got there, it'd be a thing. The army supply, though, relatively is actually favoring Furbaford by 3 only, so it's still relatively close. And worker supply, however, Furbaford is up by
5 plus a mule.
Yeah.
And that's the difference from him having gotten that command center down a lot sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Beta is moving out on the map a bit, though, taking the watchtowers.
I think he should probably scan with his Banshee before he moves in. He might be able to get a good angle, though, on the main, because there are no turrets in the main.
He still has no idea what Furbaford is up to. And Furbaford still hasn't started any upgrades, and neither has Beta. Or Beta's just starting +1 attack.
Which is really surprising because the NG Bay went down first for Furbaford.
Yeah, and the NG Bay for both of them has been down for quite a while. But Furbaford...
I would have liked to have seen +1 done already.
Yeah, but Furbaford also knew that there was a Banshee coming, so he just wanted it for the missile turrets, I guess.
Well, Furbaford saw the Banshee actually as he was moving the factory, and he was able to pull his Marines so that he can protect his main. And we have a third CC going down right now for Furbaford.
And Beta's not got optimal SCV production going.
No, he's not producing from both. He just started production again for SCVs. What I do like here going down right now is he does have a Raven. Now that actually will be able to do some significant help if he can micro it and get a secret missile out there.
And even if he can't get a secret missile, that auto turret right now will be huge.
Absolutely.
But Stim and Medivacs are out for Furbaford, whereas Beta doesn't have Stim yet.
And what's the difference between the DPS from a Marine and the auto turret?
I believe the auto turrets have a similar DPS actually. Oh, and
oh, we got a drop going down. He's going to spot this whole thing. Unfortunately, he's going to be out of position.
That's going to get shut
maybe.
down.
Ooh. Very nice play. I couldn't have asked for better timing coming from Beta Dre. If he'd have went any other direction, he would have missed that whole drop and been out of position.
Honestly, I would have liked to have seen him have Stim already, though, 'cause if he'd have had Stim...
And another drop was immediately followed.
Yeah,
the medevac was taken out, though.
Double drop in the main, but that's still SCV production cut off. 3 Marines left behind. +1
And
is finished for Beta, though. And Stim is about finished, too, and he's got 3 tanks.
but the problem is, if he stims up there, oh no, he did actually get the siege down. Beta Dre is going to be able to dump everything right here.
Yeah, Beta's going to be able to siege up the high ground. That command center is going to have to be moved. I'm not so sure about his positioning on his tanks. I don't know why he's positioning there.
The problem is they'll be able to get shot. They're so close to the wall.
Well, it's not that, it's that.
We got the secret missile off. Very nice micro. Very nice micro for that one Marine. I really like that.
And Beta's Banshee's up to 10 kills now.
Wow.
And +1 is only just half done for Ferberford.
You should definitely focus down that siege tank. The reaction time is so delayed right now. He needs to get over there and just take that tank out. I would sacrifice that so he can push in with his Marines. He has a huge advantage right now. Well, he might lose that Raven. He's probably going to.
Yeah, no. +1 Marines. Still no medevacs out and a third going down. We do have a minor supply block. But I think there's going to be a huge difference right now because we have combat shields for one and +1 for the other. Beta Dre has the +1 and combat shields is for Ferberford. Beta also has +2 attack start, and I'm hoping he'll start +1 armor in the next 5 seconds. But I don't think so, no. Yeah. No?
Now what he's going to miss, though, because of his positioning, he's going to miss this drop coming down. But he does got a third base. Both of them just put their third bases down on each of their normal locations.
Beta does have the advantage of he does have units already in position, and he does have that +1 attack and tank, so this isn't going to do much.
And he lost both the medevacs, and he tried to pick up and wasn't able to get it. Wow. Lost all of those units inside the medevac.
No, I was just watching a game of a few nights ago, and it was, I think it was 4GG playing against, I don't remember who he was playing against. It was a Zerg playing Biomine, and he lifted up his whole army to 4 medevacs just as like 5 mines went off on links that were underneath the medevacs. Just decimated. 1-1 is finished for Ferberford, though, while Beta's still only on +1 attack.
Now we actually have better saturation on the third from Ferberford. Only a couple of mules on the third for Beta Dre. We have an engagement down at the bottom. It looks like the Ferberford is going to be able to clean this whole thing up. All the tanks gone. All the Marines gone.
+1-1, and he has combat shields. I apologize for the noise in the background.
But hopefully, Beta Dre is going to be moving out. Hopefully, he'll be able to take a really strong engagement right now. He's probably going to sack unless it gets scouted, he's going to sack this third immediately.
I don't even think it's a choice of sacking. It's just going to straight up die.
I like the way you said that. He needs to siege up those tanks.
Yeah, he really does. Well, he's got one of them sieged, and now he's sieging up the rest. Ferberford's already... It looks like Beta might still push through.
Really questionable engagement, though, when he pushed all of his forces right into the siege tank line of Ferberford.
Yeah. Well, Ferberford has got more than twice the amount of units lost. So it is.
But I don't think he needs to wait. I think he should push in and siege up something. Maybe come back with that Raven that he had, or he lost that Raven, didn't he?
I believe it died. No, it's up here.
Yeah, he needed to come back and drop a secret missile. He could have took out that siege tank.
Yeah. +2 is more than half done for Ferberford, though. While +1 defense is only just finishing for Beta. Beta has 3 engineering bays.
On the flip side, though, Beta already does have +2, and he has a vehicle armor right now. Or attack, I'm sorry.
Yeah, plus, I don't know what the +1 attack does for splash against Marines, whether it takes off the amount of hits it takes. But he still doesn't have nearly enough saturation on his third. And he's over, okay, so he's transferring workers from his main, and he's got 4 workers on that gas.
Interesting, if you look at the upgrade, interestingly enough, the damage output that it has is 17 damage and 28 versus armored for siege tanks for Beta Dre.
So that's going to be really good for when he's fighting the tanks. And
absolutely.
He does have a lot of tanks now.
He may be able to push right into this army, but I don't think there's enough bio. No. He's going to sacrifice that whole thing without enough bio.
There's not nearly enough Marines. I'd like to see.
Go ahead.
I'd like to see Beta do is pick up 1 or 2 of the tanks and some of his Marines, and then just drop them up on the high ground. No, I don't like this engagement.
I don't like it at all. He's going to lose all those tanks. Well, he might be able to pull them away, but...
Well, yeah, that's...
Oh, they're going to drop right on top of him. And the splash damage from the other tanks is just going to immediately start destroying things. He did bring his Raven back into play, though. Beta Dre did. So we got... Oh, point defense drone. I like that.
I don't think there's anything that the point defense drone will help against.
Not definitely against the siege tanks. Definitely not.
No.
He needs to do a pickup drop like Ferbivore did. Drop him right on top of those siege tank line. If he's going to throw the Marines away, he needs to throw them away good.
He is managing to keep a contain on the third, though, I guess. But he's... Now Ferbivore is going for a double drop in the main. That is ballsy, but he does have 2-2 finished.
Absolutely, but and you know what else is really good is on the back end of this engagement while Beta Dre is continuing to stream in units, he's looking to take his 4th base right now.
That's going to get shut down by this double drop, which should see it.
Yeah, actually he's going to fly right into it.
Yeah, he's going to probably start dropping his units, yeah.
Now what the question is Beta Dre going to allow his command center to be taken out right now? Is he going to send some units to defend?
Well, he's already got...
he's going to lose it. He lost it.
He's already got 2 tanks and some Marines. But they're not
He's going to walk. Go ahead.
They're not in position. His units to defend?
Nope. I think he's going to lose his 3rd base too.
No, you don't want to have SCVs fighting stimmed bio. Looks like there was a bit of an engagement down to the bottom. Oh, and Beta had a double drop in the main that got shut down. And he is trying to save the 3rd.
Oh, he did save it. He saved it barely with 30 HP left over.
That was very close. But I don't know whose position I like better. Beta does have +2 attack on his tanks.
Now we have Beta has 3 more racks going down right now. So I think honestly I would say that I like Beta's position right now. I didn't like it in the beginning; he was way behind. But now with the next command center going down and with the extra racks getting in play, I really think this is going to be enough to maybe push this unless Beta Dre takes some horrible engagements right now. But he is not paying attention. He just lost all of his tanks
and his bio, and that's huge.
But there's another drop in the main. He's taking out all the racks for... I don't know why he's not just going after the racks. He should take out the racks right now. All 3 of them, he could have knocked them all out.
Yeah, that drop... he killed 1 barracks and he killed a command center, so... Ferbivore no longer has those mules, and he's been macroing pretty well, keeping his money down.
But he still has 2 more bases that he can make mules from. He should have actually went after not the command center, but all the barracks that he has, because he's making all those units from each one of those barracks.
Yeah, and Ferbivore has 3-3 started, and Beta's not. He's got 3 engineering bays, and he's not upgrading at all from any of them. He has the gas, just needs the money. That's going back to him having been at an SCV disadvantage for so long.
Absolutely. And you know what? I don't like where this engagement is going to hit. Honestly, he does. Beta Dre does not have enough units to defend this. He does have upgrades for his tanks. He does have +2, but so does Ford. He doesn't have +2 armor. This is just going to be a doom drop, and there's nothing. His position is way out of it. He's way out of position. He's going to go right into the main. He's going to clean up so much stuff. There's nothing he's going to be able to do.
Yeah, he's going to siege. As I said, he's going to siege up in the main, and then all of his production is going to die. And that's Beta's upgrade disadvantage. Herbivore has +3 attack versus +1 armor. Beta's Marines are just dying so fast.
Absolutely. I think this is GG. I mean, he's just going to be able to pick up and run out, even deny anything, get rid of all the supply. This is over. There's no way that Beta's going to be able to engage into his own ramp.
No. Yeah, as Past is saying, yeah, he needs to get those barracks landed into producing more Marines. He can't afford to have less Marines that aren't nearly as well upgraded. That said, there isn't a lot of bio left here for Herbivore, so he could drop on top of the tanks.
Yeah, but at what cost? He just picked everything up. He lost all of his production right now. He is so far behind. Beta Dre is in such a bad position. He has no choice but to go ahead and do a counter. But the problem is there's so much more back here at home. And he's continuing to produce siege tanks, continuing to produce all this Terran tech, and there's nothing more being produced right now from Beta Dre.
And 3-3 just finished for Herbivore, who also just landed his 4th. And I don't know why Beta is rebuilding his command center in the main. I guess he wants the orbital. But he doesn't have enough.
He's going to lose all of his forces. This is it. This is the final engagement. He's going to lose everything.
He doesn't have nearly enough tanks to hold the.
And I think this is GG. No more forces back at home. Nothing more left here for Beta Dre.
He is pumping out a lot of Marines though, but he just.
That's not going to be enough. He's not going to have the forces. I mean, we're sitting here with a total annihilation supply difference here at 105 army supply in favor of Herbivore to 29 Beta Dre.
+3 attack did just finish for Beta, but that's still not.
Too little, too late.
Yeah.
And there's the GG.
That comes down to Beta having not been paying attention on when he was sieging the 3rd. One small mistake.
That doom drop was just perfect timing.
Yeah, I liked that doom drop, but I don't like that Herbivore didn't get any mech upgrades. If he'd have had +1 or +2 attack on his tanks, that contain would have been so easy to break, or would have been a lot easier.
Yeah. So I think we're looking here. We have 2 losses from Team TrpleT right now.
Yeah. You are correct. ViViD takes the lead at 2-1.
And I'm still looking at the TrpleT chat, and they're still talking about the movie Frozen. I guess I started something last night that is just going to annoy everyone for the rest of our lives.
I beg your pardon. Wait, who's talking about it this time?
Flara was talking about Frozen.
Flara in the chat?
Yes. In the TrpleT
in the
clan chat.
Okay, that doesn't make sense. Okay.
Don't kick me out of the party this time.
I will be back in 2 seconds. I just need a drink.
Okay, well, I apologize. I was actually mistaken. It is not 2 in favor of Team Vivid. Apparently, it's 1-1. I must have not been paying attention while I was casting. Well, we're going to take a short break. I'm going to actually grab something to drink too. So we will be right back.
Are we taking a few minute break?
I'm just pouring a glass of tea. I'll be right back in the seat in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I am back. Is everyone else ready to go?
Looks like we are. Just waiting on the players to say they're ready to go. Should be any second.
Okay. Well, I wanted to go ahead and share with you something here, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. I am thinking of grilling some hot dogs or sausages, wrapping them up in cheese, and then wrapping them up in bacon and further cooking them. What do you think about that?
That sounds really good.
Today I cooked probably about 2, maybe 3 pounds of bacon, and my dog and I just sat and got fat.
You know what? I think that sounds really good. My doctor would say otherwise, but you know what?
Yeah, you know what? Go for it, right?
Yeah.
Actually, there is a new fad as well called the donut burger. Have you heard of that?
No, I have not.
It's where they make the donut, obviously without the chocolate or any of that other stuff, but you make the donuts and you actually make a cheeseburger, delicious cheeseburger with all the trimmings in the middle.
Oh my god. Why do I never think of these things?
Absolutely delicious. But it is a heart attack on a bun.
Oh, of course. Let's correct that.
So I did lie. I didn't only pour myself a glass of tea. I poured myself an oversized glass of wine as well.
Okay. So your casting is going to get better as the games go on.
Absolutely. I think a glass of wine a day is absolutely healthy for you, so I'm going to go for it.
Glass of red wine?
It is actually White Zinfandel.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Unfortunately, I don't know wine too well.
Okay, well, I mean, we could sit and have a wine class, but I think we're about to get started.
I believe so.
But no, red wines, your typical Cabernet Sauvignon, different things like that. And white wines is typically either sweeter or drier than a red wine. And when I say sweet and dry, when I say dry, that's actually all that means is that there's less sugar content in it. When you taste it and it actually finally goes away, what you're left with is basically feeling like you need to drink more because your palate is not quenched. So when you have wines with higher sugar content than others, it's not considered as dry.
Okay.
That being said, we are here on Catalina, I believe.
Yep.
And we have in the bottom right our pink Zerg from Team TrpleT XTLX. If that's how you want to word it.
And in the left center for Team ViViD, we have YKK looking to take an advantage for ViViD against TrpleT. So, I haven't played on Catalina much. Have you played on it much? Or can you talk about it a bit?
Catalina is actually one of my favorite maps of this new ladder pool that we have. Like I said, a lot of places to expand. And to be honest with you, as a Zerg player, if you get your creep spread down right, you can actually easily defend your third. Not so much as a Protoss. I mean, if you have Colossus, you'd be able to get it in and out no matter what. So you wouldn't have too much problem defending, except for drops back and forth. But as Zerg, I really like this map. So many opportunities to get in and out of bases, to make bases, and just really tech up. So I'm really looking forward to a nice macro game. Although because of the position of both of these players, I think that they're way too close together. We're going to probably see some rushes, some Ling rushes, and seeing what that'll accomplish.
I agree completely. And it looks like XTL is actually getting ready for one.
Did you see the timing on the pool?
It looked like it was a 14 or 13 or 14 pool.
Okay, so that was a little bit early, not too bad.
Interesting that they both decided to go pool first.
But as you can see, ViViD's player YKK is already dropping his natural. So I think if XTL is gonna do something, he's gonna need to be aggressive. He's got to well, I guess it wouldn't be really late, but it is 30 seconds later than our other Zerg player from Team ViViD.
Are you keeping up on what Past and Vanilla are talking about?
No, I actually haven't been looking at it, to be honest with you. What have they been talking about?
I'm not sure if you want to look into that. Looks like they're thinking XTL might be a Smurf, which I don't know him personally.
Yeah, I don't know either. If that's a Smurf, then that's really kind of BM from ViViD, but what can we do?
Yeah.
But on the flip side of things, instead of having 2 negative matches in 2 different nights...
Yeah, we're not going to...
Go ahead.
I don't think he's a Smurf.
Well, I definitely hope not. We're definitely going to have to just rely on the honor system and just trust that Team ViViD is doing everything legitimate. The last clan war I played against Confed, they actually did not play legitimate. They actually had a player that was top masters actually lose 6 matches to get down into a gold division so he could play in our matchup.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, it looks like ZVZ is XTL's worst matchup anyway, so even if he is a Smurf. Okay. I don't know. I don't think XTL is a Smurf.
I don't think so either. And, I think everyone's playing legitimate here. This seems to be pretty good. We do have a Baneling Nest going down in the main for our TrpleT player, XTL. I don't see one actually coming down at all for our ViViD player, but he does have 3 queens.
So he is going...
So he's looking at... Yes.
Carry on.
No, go ahead.
Nope. Well, it does look like he's going up to 5 queens. So he is going to go gasless.
We have a defensive spine from XTL as well going down, and an Evo chamber. Like to see another one get those upgrades going a lot faster. We don't have Lair Tech on the way from either player.
No,
which is still pretty early for that, so.
I think XTL might be going for a +1 carapace for Banelings. In case if YKK makes Banelings. Because a Zergling with +1 carapace has to be 2-shot by Banelings that don't have +1 attack.
Absolutely, that might work. And you know what's really bad though? That ViViD's player YKK, he has not even finished his speed yet. As a matter of fact, where's my production tab? It's not even going.
No, and he is starting double gas, while
I think that, yeah,
XTL is
absolutely.
still single gas.
I think this engagement is going to be wicked. Yeah. Well, he ended up running away, so that's a very wise move to not engage right there where he did, pulling back to where the queens can see. Very good position. Those queens are definitely going to do a lot of damage. Take out all those zerglings.
Well, XTL is on a bit of a timer.
Yeah, if XTL doesn't make something happen, there's going to be all those queens, he's not going to accomplish anything. He needs to stop throwing lings at him. He's not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, when those roaches pop out, if XTL doesn't have roaches himself, then he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Right?
Absolutely.
Looks like he's going to try and take a third.
We have a Roach Warren finally going down here at the 9-minute mark for XTL. But, I mean, the Roach differential is going to be huge.
Yeah, and he is moving out with his lings again, but I don't know what he's going to try and get done.
Well, I don't know what he's going to try to get done, but I know he's not going to get anything done.
Well, he can't deny a bit of creep spread in the third right at the moment. But he's not going to get enough done.
He can't do anything against these queens, not with those lings. He needs to have something a lot stronger. The transfuses are just going to keep them all alive. He's throwing zerglings.
Actually, he does get that surround, which, yeah.
Whoa! Finally, the transfuses go down, but are they going to be enough to stop this?
No, there's not nearly enough. But roaches.
Wow, I was really surprised.
Roaches should be popping out in a minute, or the next minute, but that's. And you can see XTL is making his own roaches. And
absolutely, I'm just wide-mouthed right now. I cannot believe he allowed all 5 of those queens to go down. He had all that energy, all those transfuses.
He does have enough roaches, though, to get XTL out. And actually, XTL didn't force a cancel on the third.
He should really pull into that third and take that out. I would say just sacrifice all those lings. Take that third out now. Especially by the time he gets there, he's not going to be able to cancel it, so he's going to lose those 300 minerals.
Yeah, honestly, I would say that he would have been better off forcing a cancel on the third thing going off than running into the main. Because he didn't.
He's going to deny the creep spread. That's good.
He's not doing any creep spread himself, and he's only just starting Lair Tech, while Lair's already done for YKK.
Yes, absolutely, and he's gonna walk right into the third base. The roaches are gonna clean up all those lings, and I actually think that he has the roach advantage, though. YKK has the roach advantage.
YKK does have +1 attack as well, and if he starts 2-2 in the next couple of minutes, and he's going to have a very big window where he's got 2-2 over top of 1-1.
Absolutely. I don't like him taking this engagement. He needs to pull back, go home, regroup, get everything together, and then maybe get an engagement going. XTL still has no saturation, though, on his third. He should probably be content to macro up a little bit, but with this roach push, he needs to actually not try to take this engagement.
Well,
this may end up in a base race, base trade sort of situation.
No, it looks like XTL is going to pull back to defend his third. But I don't. He'll get there in time to defend. But the question is if he has enough.
Well, you're definitely going to have the hometown advantage here. The sandwich is not going to work because he's already lost all those roaches.
Yeah, it looks like he's not going to be able to defend it. Oh no, he's. Yeah, actually, interesting.
Yeah, YKK actually had that. He should have actually continued on with the push, I think.
Yeah.
I think his push would have been solid.
If he'd have pushed down the ramp into those roaches, then while XTL's army is cut in half, that would have been super powerful for him.
I think it may have been better though for XTL to go ahead for the base trade situation. because there was nothing at home to defend at all. He could have walked right in, and while he was taking out the bases, made some roaches to save time, and then once he took out a couple, then maybe the natural in the third, come back home and save the day.
Yeah, well, XTL is going after the third of YKK, but I don't think he has enough to actually... No, actually,
No,
the
he
Lynx
doesn't.
here right-clicked on it. They're going to get it.
Oh, he did manage to get that out, but he needs to retreat. He does not have enough to take this out.
No,
He's going to lose all those roaches.
XTL has... Yeah, XTL started his +2 attack actually before YKK did. What? YKK could have had a 2-2 advantage on his roaches easily. He does have Hydralisks out now, though.
But we have really no production other than Lings at home for XTL. He's probably going to... This is probably going to be it. This push is strong.
Yeah, I don't see... Well, XTL does have a Spine Crawler in his natural, but he's choosing to fight at his third, where...
He's not going to be able to push this advantage. No, neither one has Burrow. And it's actually going to... It's going to come down to this. And he's just throwing the rest of his brand new roaches away because they're just rallying right into the enemy army.
XTL does have 11 more roaches about to pop, and he already had some pop, so it looks like he's actually going to clean this up.
He might be able to, but they need to attack all at the same time. He needs to get them all together, or this is not going to work.
Yeah, that's... He cleans it up.
He needs to be content on macroing and getting more and more forces.
And YKK needs to be careful not to overproduce Hydras, because one-on-one, a Hydralisk will not beat a Roach. The Hydras have to have something to tank for them, but his production's just been so badly damaged by that hatchery being dead. It's only just finished.
Absolutely. But you know what? If he can micro that hatchery, the Hydralisk on creep, they can actually do some really, really good damage against roaches. But it would have to be really good micro. On creep with their upgrade, faster and attack faster. So that DPS is going to be a really, really huge factor.
But yeah, it looks like XTL is going to crush through this. It's going to be really close. It's going to need some really good transfuses on the roaches.
Yeah, definitely. XTL is definitely going to have to pull back. I don't like him to continue to engage. He needs to pull all his forces back home.
They are on even upgrades, and an infestation pit did go down.
Well, he definitely has a ton of XTL has a ton of Lings and roaches streamed across the field, but it's going to get spotted right before it even gets into the third. The creep spread is huge.
XTL does have a +1 armor advantage now, and he does also have Hive Tech on the way, and he's going to kill the
third. That third. Yeah. Very good. I like that.
That's a lot of Hydralisks, though. But that's not a lot of roaches. And YKK, he needs to... he needs to throw down the hatchery. Even if he has to throw... Honestly, I'd say he should throw down his third here. And then just defend, keep his army somewhere between the third and the natural.
Now, XTL is actually 30 seconds away from Hive Tech, so what do you think he's going to do with that?
I think it's going to... Well, he'll either probably go 3-3 or Vipers. I don't see him going for Broodlords or Ultras.
Maybe see some Swarm Hosts? He did drop that Infestation Pit.
I don't think so. It doesn't look like they'll be necessary.
We got a Macro Hatch also going down on top of that. He's way oversaturated on his main. He needs to pull out and get a... Oh, we got the GG!
And TrpleT takes the lead at 2-1, I believe it is now.
Absolutely. You know, YKK actually had that game several times in the bag. It was just a matter of not being confident with his forces and being really, really playing extremely safe, and that in the end cost him the game. Which I'm sad to say is most of the time it's my problem. I try to play safe, I try to defend, I try to get a big army, and a lot of the times I really, really end up paying for that.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to go for it. And YKK had several opportunities that he could have just gone for it.
Absolutely. Excuse me.
So now we're just waiting for the next people on either side. I think we still have another pair of platinums to play.
So we're down to one more match then, and we got 2 more matches for the night.
Actually, I believe this. No, this. I believe there is the potential that it could be 2 more. It's a best of 7.
Okay.
So we have potentially 4 more.
So basically, Team TrpleT has to win 2 more straight, and it'll be the win again, huh?
Yep.
And I just want to say that one of my amazing coaches is in the stream right now, and he actually taught me a really amazing build that I was talking about yesterday. Really, really great guy. He's helped me out a lot so far, and I'm really excited to see what more both him and Past are going to be able to teach me.
Okay. And who is this coach in the chat?
It'll be none other than TrpleT's Doozy, and if I'm not mistaken, he is a former Masters Zerg player.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
I don't recall seeing him in the clan chat. Not recently anyways, but I haven't been on nearly enough.
Yes, he's been in the clan chat, and actually he's in the stream chat right now.
Is he?
Yes, he is. Past actually showed me a couple of builds, a roach build and a different build in the past, back when I was teeter-tottering between being Protoss or Zerg. And since I decided to go ahead and be all on Zerg once again, definitely both of them have been helping me out a lot. And like I said, I'm excited to see what more I can learn from both of them.
Yeah, I do very much like how willing everyone in the clan is to help. And I hope that goes for all clans.
Absolutely.
But I wonder what match. I want to say Kadar is a Protoss player. And I'm not sure why we have 3 people that got invited. Okay. So we actually have Radic in the game, but I'm not 100% certain what he's in here for.
Oh, we're on merry-go-round, huh? I think that's the choice. Unless that's the veto. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, I've been trying to cut you off, and I was going to say, I've not done too much casting on it, but it'll be interesting to see what matchup we have on it.
Well, this map is definitely going to favor a Protoss player or a Zerg player. This is not a Terran map.
I beg your pardon?
Did you hear me?
No, sorry, I was distracted, bit of background noise.
Oh, well, I was saying, yes, we are going to be on merry-go-round, and what I was saying is this map is really favors Protoss, and they favors Zerg. So I really think that Sanguine's going to be, kind of running uphill with this one. So he's definitely going to have to work his drops perfectly, and see what he can make happen.
Well, if he does decide to go mech, because I always like to be optimal and believe that a Terran will go mech, and that is that the third is fairly close to the main, so he might be able to defend there, at least from Ling run bys with a few tanks in the main.
Okay, yeah. You know what? With the right position, he might be able to do a huge tank line, and be able to actually turtle in on 3 bases. But
Yeah.
that fourth, no matter what, is going to be so exposed for our Terran player. No, nothing to speed them up, no creep or anything. And with good creep spread, our Zerg player is going to definitely have a huge advantage.
Yeah, and even then, swarm hosts, and there's a lot of different angles of attack, and there's a long way between the natural and the third. No matter which third you take.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll most likely see Sanguine go bio. But I wonder how Valen is going to be defending against the drops. If Sanguine doesn't drop, I don't think he'll win.
He's going to have to. Like I said, this map does not favor Terran in any way. Mm. And if you want, when we load up, we'll let you go ahead and do the honors here and start introducing our players.
Well, in the top right position for Team TrpleT, we have Sanguine.
And in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have our teal Zerg player from Team ViViD, Valen. What I do like, though, is that this actually changes things up a little bit. We do have a ZVT now, so we're going to see a lot of different styles of play here, I think, in this matchup. You know, I don't know if we're going to see a fast roach timing, or we could see, a proxy 2 racks, or all kinds of different things. So, I mean, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen here in this matchup.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a proxy 2x, but a roach timing is definitely possible. But it'll depend on whether or not he sends his SCV to scout right after the supply depot.
Absolutely. I don't see a gas going down anytime soon right now, but it's still real early, still not even at the 2-minute mark yet. When he does drop the barracks, we'll know for sure because they usually follow it up with gas if he's going to do a Reaper opening.
Well, yeah.
And looks like that's what we're going to have.
And Valen's first Overlord did go in the wrong direction, so.
But fortunately for him, he does have his second one going in the right direction. But on the flip side of things, it's not going to reach him till at least maybe the 4-minute mark.
And I don't think it'll reach him until there's going to be a few Marines.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, our Terran player is going in the right direction.
So he will know where Valen is very quickly, but Valen in the next minute or so will know.
I don't know why he rallied the SCV to go get a mineral and then do the supply depot. That's funny.
Just a minor misclick.
We do have a spawning pool and a hatch almost done, so we had hatch before pool, it looks like.
And no gas taken yet, so he's gonna go gasless for a little bit.
I don't know if I like that. I mean, against your Terran player, you want to actually have the speedlings. You want to get the banelings out there. You need to get the baneling nest out as soon as possible. That's almost a gimme, I think, in ZVT. I also don't like the positioning of the supply depots in this Rex. I don't think this is a tight wall off.
I think that's a tight one, but that makes a baneling bust very, very easy. It'll be such a wide opening if both the supply depots go down.
Wow.
So he does throw down his command center on the low ground. And Ashaeden?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if your mic had stopped working or not. And
no, I'm still here.
And we have a very fast and very greedy third command center going down. But
yeah, that's good. I don't know if I like that either. That's going to be really, really huge.
I
Gonna
don't.
set our Terran player behind.
I don't think he's going to be able to take a third base for a while yet.
I think we need to state in there that only the admin or the casters should be the ones to pause.
Probably. But if the players need the pause, then
Well, at least they should say be the one to say PP, and then let the rest of us pause it, because the last time it happened, it was just immediate go, and I felt like it could have easily made MPM or APM or a misclick happen very fast.
oh,
And I'm one to know how much trouble one misclick can cost you.
yeah, right-click all your lings into a Baneling.
Exactly. What I do like from our ViViD player is he has 4 creep queens out right now.
Yeah, he's not actually injecting at the moment.
Yeah, the inject was very delayed.
I don't like that he's not. That his economy is damaged slightly though by not having those injects, but I guess he is landing injects now.
Yeah.
But he's going to have really strong creep spread.
Well, it seems to me that I'm looking at the rally point right now for the Sanguine's Orbital, his third. He's actually just going to use that for SCV production right now.
Okay. So in the next minute or two, he's either going to throw down 2 or 3 barracks or 2 or 3 factories. And I'm really excited to see if he's going to go mech or not. Double engineering base, so he's going bio.
We're definitely going to see some bio here. The wall off at the bottom of the ramp is, or excuse me, at the top of the ramp down here in the natural is really good. But if he ends up trying to take his third anytime soon, he's not going to be able to defend it.
No, he won't.
I also don't like that he's using the NG bays as part of his wall. He needs those upgrades, and if they attack and he stops them, it's going to become a problem. He's not Zerg. He doesn't have the ability to make a spine crawler or anything like that. That bunker is all he has.
No, but engineering bays also have a lot more life.
You're right, they do. That may actually, that could prove beneficial if he does do a Baneling bust in that direction. But as we found out in earlier games, if the Baneling bust actually attacks the bunker head on, he's going to take out those 2 supply depots. And if it ends up hitting them at the right timing, it will supply block Sanguine.
Yeah, actually, if there is to be a Baneling bust and it hits that center supply depot that's just offset and lowered, then it'll kill not only the bunker, but both the other supply depot as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's a little bit oversaturated, but I think that's because, Sanguine is oversaturated, because I think he's going to use that for all the gas he's producing right now. Or he's making the SCVs early, so he can go ahead and saturate his third. What I would really like to see, though, is him to cut his SCV production and start using his mules instead, so he has more army production.
I do believe he is going to saturate his third very, very soon. And he is lifting it up. And looks like he does have 1-1 upgrades started at roughly the same time as our Zerg.
And our Zerg player has his third base, already at 11 supply going towards the mineral line. Let me check the income tab here. Income is actually relatively even. Our Zerg player is actually 200 more a minute than our Terran player. But honestly, because that third base is about to go down, our Zerg player really needs to think about dropping his 4th base.
Yeah, or pushing out and denying that third.
Exactly. I don't even see a macro hatch even on the way.
Sanguine does have 64 SCVs, and he does have mules on top of that, which is a 7 SCV lead.
That's definitely going to prove vital at this moment. I'm wondering if we're going to see our Terran player move out right now and actually do some sort of a push, some sort of a timing here.
Well, Valen did just morph in a ton more Banelings, so he is up to 21 Banelings. But the question is, are they speed Banelings or not?
Well,
Which,
let's go ahead and check the upgrades tab here. And yes, he does have baneling speed. This is going to be huge.
that's a lot of banelings, and there is no splash damage with these Marines except for 3 Hellions. And 4 Marauders.
I would like to see some siege tanks. Well, we have 2 medevacs here, though, but if he doesn't have good micro for the Terran player, if he doesn't have it, then we're really going to see some mass death going on.
I do like that he is splitting up his army a bit, so he's not putting everything on creep, but that is extending pretty far onto the creep, especially with so many banelings.
Absolutely, and I do like that he put some banelings up there towards the 4th he just decided to take, and by he I mean Valen.
Yeah.
And then very. He tried to micro. I saw that. He tried to get some good micro in, but it just wasn't enough. Those banelings had some money hits there.
Actually, Valen has lost more so far.
That Widow Mine, though, is going to prove very, very valuable right now if he gets it burrowed really fast. But I don't see he does not have tunneling claws. It's going to take too long if he's spotted.
As a note, Sanguine has gone up to 80 SCVs. That is ridiculous. But he's way oversaturated on his 3rd. He needs to pull some of them back to his main and his natural.
Well, moving into the late game, those SCVs are going to hurt his army count. He's not going to have enough army if he goes for max army versus max army. Now, he is going to probably be able to go ahead and take this. Oh, no. The hold is made. Once again, I opened my mouth, and he wasn't able to take that 3rd base. Or 4th base, excuse me.
Those Widow Mines just didn't get the hits they needed.
And he was able to. He sacrificed four banelings for a Marauder. I don't think that the cost was worth that, but
no, that's 100 gas worth of banelings, and I prefer 50 gas to a Marauder.
All those SCVs, though.
Sanguine is dropping his 4th, and he does have 2-2 about to finish. While Valen doesn't have +2 carapace yet, so those Marines are going to tear through Lings a little bit.
And he got a free muta for all of his efforts. And I don't like him putting the mutas up in front. But he's just going to snipe them one by one. Valen is probably going to lose this base unless he can really push it. The splits were great. The splits were amazing.
Super nice splits. I'm not sure why he wants to pause.
I actually cannot pause the game. Do I not have the authority?
We are spectators, not referees.
Oh.
If Sanguine...
Pause the game? I don't know. I can't do anything.
That's unfortunate, because Sanguine just lost his opportunity with that he could have killed that hatch. He does still have 2 banelings to retreat to, though.
All those medevacs might be able to do something. Ooh,
those Widow Mines are going to... I don't know who those Widow Mine shots favored more, our Terran or our Zerg.
The Widow Mines, I think the Widow Mines cost him more than he could chew, but more Widow Mines are moving in.
More decent splits, so he is getting low on the Marine count. He needs
to engage with those mutas. He's going to lose the queens too. No micro on the mutas. He's continuing to stream in lings, but the Widow Mines are already burrowed. Or did he kill him? Wait, he killed the Widow Mines.
The 4th hatch isn't dead yet. And
he's got tons of banelings going on right now.
3-3 is started, whereas Hive Tech, it's not even on the way. I don't see any sign of an infestation pit. No, and I don't see one in production either, so... That means that Sanguine is going to have a long time where he'll have a 3-3 over 2-2.
Absolutely. All those medevacs, though. All those medevacs. I don't think this small army is going to even lose any health on this engagement. Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. And he's pulling back to the Widow Mine. He's pulling back. He's going to lose something here. Oh, no, they killed it. The Widow Mine killed itself. Can you believe that? I wish we could rewind right now and actually watch that in slow motion. the Widowmine actually shot while the Lings were on top of it and killed itself.
I don't think Widowmines do splash damage to themselves, do they?
Well, where'd the Widowmine go? Because there was no detection.
Interesting. And as a note, Sanguine is getting his ship upgrades, like the armor upgrades for his medevacs.
Absolutely, and you know, Valen is going to lose this upgrade if it's spotted. I mean, not upgrade, but hatchery if it's spotted.
Are you kidding me?
And I do think it's spotted if I check the vision here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is spotted. He's going to lose that 4th base, or excuse me, 5th base. It didn't even get to cancel. Did not get to cancel.
The splits are pretty good. There's a lot of units lost, but
I think if Valen doesn't do something soon, the steady stream of Marines is just and Marauders is just going to continue to push and push and push. I mean, he's already lost so much. Valen has already lost so much. He's got to come up with something really fast.
He did take another base here though in its place, but
he does have it partially saturated. You're right.
He's already behind, and 3-3 isn't even done for Sanguine yet. Like, it helps having the Banelings, yes, but Sanguine's already shown that he can split fairly well.
Well, Sanguine has already forgotten about that one lowly Marauder, Marine sitting inside the medevac, and just watching the show.
That's a 3-1 lead for TrpleT, with Sanguine taking that victory very convincingly.
Wow. I'm really shocked. I thought Valen had it. He was up on bases. He was up on upgrades. And Sanguine was actually able to take it on a map that does not favor Terran at all.
No, that Marine Marauder rally point just...
Well, I think the new meta for Terrans would be make 48 SCVs when you don't need them, so you have plenty of economy. So one more matchup. We're down to one more matchup between Team TrpleT and ViViD for this series.
Possibly.
ViViD needs to come out with some amazing tricks right now in order to keep this series going.
ViViD needs 3 wins in a row.
Now I'm not going to put it past them because ViViD I've seen some pretty good play. So I'm really hoping to see something in this next matchup, and then they'll just pull something out of the hat and go ahead and... I'm sorry, I'm kind of reading the chat too, and I'm got a little distracted. Core Kryptonite, what's not good, man?
What? I think that was the Baneling sauna that he was talking about. Or something, I don't know, Banelings against the Marines? I'm not sure. Like when he was attacking the 4th?
I didn't see the timing when he posted that, so I was trying to understand what he was talking about.
We're just waiting for Pass to decide who's going to play next.
Hey, no yawning, that's contagious.
Apologies. I've not drank nearly enough water today.
And TrpleT is bringing in a platinum player by the name of Bronze. Let's see some platinum bronze tactics.
Well, I know, I've seen Bronze around, I don't know what he's like for play.
Yes, Core Kryptonite, it is a best of 7. I have actually never seen Bronze play. Over the last week, a lot of new players have joined up with Team TrpleT, and honestly, I don't know if it's because of the ASL that's going on, or if it's just because that the people have been doing a lot of very good recruiting. But I've never actually even seen Bronze up until today.
I think it's a lot of recruiting people from people that were watching the ASL.
You know what I'm really glad about, though?
Yeah?
And I know this sounds really bad, but I am glad that that we're doing actually so good with Team Triple T. We're engaging in a lot of clan wars. We're engaging in a lot of tournaments and other things like that. And I feel bad because I'm essentially talking up Team Triple T so much.
I agree, but I do like that we are doing a lot more clan wars now.
Well, since Past actually made that a requirement actually for the officers that we need to actually stay active, and I really agree with that. As officers, we need to actually keep Team Triple T active and show that we aren't just some clan that's just a group of buddies that does nothing but plays arcade and StarCraft.
Yeah. Because that would be ridiculous if that's all we did. Play StarCraft.
Well, I have a mascot here that'll play StarCraft with me. She's actually probably smart enough to do it. She'd probably beat me. My dog, Sarah.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's very smart. She has actually outsmarted me several times, and I feel pretty bad by being able to say that.
In that case, I'm hoping for your sake that your dog is really, really intelligent, but...
Well, from what I know, and all this research that I've done, German Shepherds are the third smartest dog in the world, which means humans must be the 16th smartest species in the world.
I don't know if humans are that high. When people get in large groups, stupid stuff always seems to happen.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Okay, so are we on to, oh, we're not doing, oh, bronze isn't playing right now. I think it needs to actually move on. We've already done plats, is what everybody's saying. Well, I don't know. It seems that they're actually going to go ahead and push bronze, so there is going to be another platinum matchup here.
It could be a plat versus a diamond. I'm not certain. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not sure either. So I'm just going to go ahead and engage the chat right now. Core Kryptonite seems to be the only one that's talking tonight.
Yeah?
And actually, Core Kryptonite actually was recently able to do some things too, and he actually got promoted to an officer, I believe. He's doing really good. Yeah, he's been recruiting. And I say again, like I was talking about Core Kryptonite yesterday. I've played with him, and he's an amazing toss player. And I wish he would have been able to show me some of the tricks that he's learned. His timings are great. If he actually timed to actually continue playing on the ladder, he would probably be upwards of high diamond, maybe masters. But he's not. So, I mean, I kind of feel bad for using him as a gold player in the matchup, but at the same time, he's been gold for the last few seasons, so what can I say?
Yeah, that's what he's ranked as, but I still think he should really just spend this season laddering and get back into diamond where he belongs, or get up to.
Absolutely. I wish I could play as a toss at least half as good as he does, and I would probably have not switched to Zerg, but at the same time, I am really loving all the support that I'm getting as a Zerg player now.
Oh yeah, very easy to find support in a clan that is mostly Zerg.
Right?
What we need to make the objective is to recruit one Terran player for every Protoss or Zerg, and then later on one Protoss for every Zerg.
If we can recruit one Protoss for every Zerg and every Terran, we would have the most imba clan there is.
Yes, we
because,
would.
You know, one Protoss would win an entire tournament. I mean, just for being Protoss. Our clan leader passed. Every time he enters a game when it's against Protoss, he leaves. I'm just kidding.
No. But many of us feel that way sometimes.
We want to.
I know, there's a lot of Protosses on ladder, just as there's a lot of every race, but sometimes it just feels, you got 4 Protosses in a row, and you're just like, I just want to cheese another Zerg. Or I just want to make Banelings against Marines.
You know, the hardest thing that I found when I was a Protoss is the openings. Like, once you get your army composition together, if you have enough bases, you can win the game. But my problem when I was a Protoss is the openings. How could I open? How do I get the right composition? How do I get the right economy in order to not lose to all these cheeses that I always lose to? In order to not lose to Ling run-bys? In order to not lose to all these things that I continually lost to as a Protoss player? I was just really shocked at how I constantly lost to the stupid stuff, but I would watch on pro players, and they don't even do the stupid stuff against Protoss. So what is it about my playstyle as a TOS player would actually say, hey, cheese me because I suck?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of that just finesse stuff with it holding early on. So as we were talking about, once you get unit composition together, it's not that difficult, but it's getting there that can be difficult.
I mean, I played a game the other day. I had a max army. I had Banelings, I had Roaches, I had Hydra, and I scouted everything. I scouted some Immortals. Okay, no problem. I have a max army. I'm going to go ahead and walk in there. And I walked into 4 Colossus and 46 Immortals and 13 Zealots. I'm sorry. I got my butt beat.
Well, it's the army cost. I'm pretty sure the Protoss army would have been more expensive, so it should by rights win. But I don't know. Yeah, you really have to play by what the Protoss is doing.
Absolutely.
If you see Colossus, you have to throw down a Spire.
I was actually trying to teach that to Dark yesterday before the clan war. He needed to be reactive. As a Zerg player, if you see Colossus, you need your Spire. You need Corruptors out immediately.
And if there's 6 or 8 Colossus, you need Vipers. Infestors and Vipers in combination if you have the micro, which I don't. But you have to have Vipers. You have to either abduct or use Blinding Cloud.
Absolutely. And you know what's really crazy is Corruptors against the full Sky Toss army is actually really, really imba. They're OP. You have nothing but Corruptors against a full Sky Toss army. Even with the Mothership, you're going to lose.
Yeah, the Protoss has to be mostly Void Rays.
Absolutely.
But if you get full maxed Corruptor Muta, no Sky Toss will ever beat that.
I absolutely agree with you. And you know, even against the Terran player, if they have Vikings and Ravens, you are and siege tanks, you're not going to be able to do anything against that composition.
No, you can't break it. But it does look like we are going to have a ZVP on Nimbus.
Hey, speaking of Protoss. But I'm going to have to go ahead and go for our TrpleT team, as I am TrpleT. And so are you.
Oh, yeah.
But, not to sound biased, I've never seen either one of these two play, so I'm actually excited to see what's going to happen here. This is going to be really, really awesome.
Personally, I've been trying to remain unbiased, and I know that someone is going to say that I've sounded biased. But personally, I don't much care which team wins so long as we have some really good games.
You know, I'm going to have to agree with you, even though I've already opened my mouth and stuck my foot in it. But
Yeah.
I'm a guy, so. And let's go ahead and introduce the players. At the bottom right, we have Team TrpleT, and his name will be Bronze, the Blue Zerg with Carbot Animations, Little Beautiful Stars.
And in the top left, we have, for Team ViViD, Drew.
Drew, in the pink, bright pink colors, supporting breast cancer awareness. Save the tatas, as I always say.
And now we just have to wait about 35 seconds for a repeat of yesterday.
Yeah, right. Hopefully not.
If that happens again, I'm getting a break. Facepalm will not be hard enough.
I'm gonna literally do a Facebook.
No, it'll be
have you? Go ahead.
It'll be interesting to see whether Drew goes for a Nexus first, or if he actually puts a Forge down at the top of his ramp.
Well, I don't think we're gonna see any cheese right now.
No.
Well, wait a minute. We're at 2 minutes, and all he has is a pylon. He doesn't look like he's even moving out for the gateway, and he has 150. We might actually see some shenanigans.
Well, he could just be going pool
Oh,
first.
we got to forge first.
Oh!
Oh, we got a cannon contain, maybe.
I don't think it'll be a cannon contain. I don't even think that a cannon rush is going to work.
Oh, he's gonna know. He might cannon rush, use the minerals for a wall off, and cannon rush this second base, the natural.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't.
Absolutely.
I don't know what Bronze is doing. He's taking the third as the natural. Unless if he's going mind games and trying to force the cannons in the third, and then he'll expand and take this upper base.
It looks like he's going for a fast third. We've seen this actually in the WCS America, where Hyun tried to go ahead and do fast thirds against Protoss. Now I don't know how good our pink Protoss player is that he'd actually be able to hold this, but right now, if you look at the vision, Bronze can't even see the cannon morphing in right now.
No, he can't. But Bronze does have. He does have a natural here, so he won't be confined to one base. And he knows now that he's getting cannon rush, so he's probably going to cancel that hatch.
And he does.
And the cannon finishes. Now it looks like.
So at least it's going to really deny that third base by a little bit, unless we see a repeat of Hyun again, where he actually just leaves this pylon alone, and that just creates an amazing forward position from our Protoss player. Unfortunately, I don't like this really early expand. This is really greedy from our Protoss player. At least I know that for sure.
Well, he does have a cannon up, and he is moving up to his gateway, so. And he has also denied the third for Bronze.
Absolutely. You know what I'd really like to see, honestly, and I haven't seen this build in a long time, is to wall off with a Stargate in the middle instead of a gateway, and that actually allows you to go really fast up to Sky Toss. And that build actually really works out to your advantage as a Protoss player if it's scouted at least, not scouted at least until like the 6-minute mark. Of course, it's not happening in this match, but I would like to see it eventually because that was a really good build. We do have a ninja base over here in the middle for a third, still trying to push that three base opening against Protoss.
I wonder what he's trying to do. Because I know that there is one time, again, if you talk to some of the people in the clan, I know I've talked about it quite a bit, and that is this just Stefano-styled max, roach max, but that requires you to go double expand before your spawning pool. But he could try to do something similar, where he just maxes out on roaches at, say, the 13.5-minute mark.
And we have the Protoss player baiting all the lings up into the cannons, but he's already lost 2 lings to that cannon.
And +1 attack is not being chrono boosted out. Pro production isn't quite as high as it could be.
Oh, my screen just went black for some reason. I think I lost power on my screen, but I went ahead and booted it back up.
Yeah, you are lagging it a bit.
No problem. I went ahead. I think what happened is I went and full screened the Twitch channel so I could actually see what people are saying a little bit better. What I'm actually doing, the setup that I'm running, is I'm actually running a 32-inch monitor with a really good refresh rate, and my secondary monitor is actually my Alienware laptop, and it's up on a shelf, so I actually have to raise the size of the picture up a little bit so I can see what's going on.
Well, I hate to have to interrupt you, but Drew did get a probe down to his cannon, so if he wants to, he can continue and get a cannon contain going.
Now, we actually did see the Stargate move out. I really like that. Now, I would have liked to have seen it as a part of the wall-off because it has a great amount of HP, and Baneling Busts are not a factor there. 600 HP versus the 400 HP for the Forge, or the 500 HP for the Gateway. I mean, I know it only sounds like a little bit, but it is a big deal if you're going to go Stargate.
Yeah, and it's actually 1200 HP because it's 600 just to get through the shield. But he does have a sentry out, so he can actually force field off. I think he can completely force field the ramp if he gets it perfectly. Core Kryptonite could probably tell me if confirm that or deny that.
Absolutely. And you see, we are seeing... Oh, no, we're not. No, we are. We're seeing a repeat of 2 days ago, WCS. He is leaving this pylon alone. You don't want to do that. That is a forward position right next to your base. The Protoss player is way ahead if this pylon does not get taken out. He is going to be able to rush right in.
Yeah, what I'd like to see Drew do is he has +1 attack over unupgraded or unarmor upgraded lings. Yeah, so I'd like to see him warp in like 6 or 8 zealots and try and just walk them into the main. But Bronze is supply blocked at the moment, or he was. And he's still supply blocked. Only 2 overlords on the way now. And
now I am really shocked at this moment as well. If you actually look at the worker count, we're looking at 50 to 46 drones. You do not want your Protoss player, 51 now. Okay, you do not want your Protoss player having more economy than your Zerg player.
No,
you just don't. That is not optimal in any way, shape, or form.
This is not going to go in Bronze's favor, unless if he gets a massive round of drone, which he does have 10 larvae, so he could start 10 drones.
He could. He very well could.
As soon as his roaches pop, he needs to go kill those cannons. Or at least kill the pylon.
The only thing I could really say also on top of that is that our Protoss player has +1 attack. There's no upgrades even in sight right now for our Zerg player. No upgrades whatsoever. And the reason why I'm really stressing this upgrade position is because Ascended has basically hammered me 10,000 times about why don't you have upgrades yet.
Well, +1 attack did actually just finish for Bronze, which is funny that you're saying that. And Carapace upgrade is actually 30 seconds off.
Oh, well, I actually didn't have the production tab up. I just brought it up right now. So please forgive me, audience, for not actually being observant as I should be.
No worries.
We have extended thermal lance actually going to be finished here in about 60 seconds. We have one Colossus about to be done in about 20 seconds.
One of those Phoenixes went down. A Phoenix for an Overlord. Not the best trade for Drew. Although it did supply cap Bronze, and Bronze is starting 3 Overlords.
We have a couple observers coming out from Bronze as well. He is probably looking to expect maybe some DTs, but the problem that I have from Bronze is that there is absolutely, if you look on his vision right now, you'll see that there is no scouting information. All he sees is what's on this front ramp. He has absolutely no idea what our Protoss player is going for, so he is trying to determine what do I have to do in order to stop him. Is he going to make DTs? Is he going to make, Colossus? Do I need Corruptors? Do I need Aspire? What do I need to stop this?
Well, he does know that Drew has a Stargate, so...
The problem is Drew just started his 4th base. If he does not punish this 4th base, there is going to be a huge discrepancy here.
No, you never want to be against a Protoss on 3 bases. It's scary enough on 2. And
we have 4 gateways bumping in as well. This is going to be huge. And I know, like I said in the beginning of this match, that I'm TrpleT. I'm supporting TrpleT. But this is exciting. I want to actually see what happens here. What does he do with all these gateways?
And Blink is started. And I would like to know, Bronze is up to 70 drones now, so he's up to where he should have been probably 3 minutes ago.
Absolutely.
But that is...
Now, what I am happy about is that he does have 4 Spore Crawlers, so that's going to negate any more Phoenix play that our Protoss player decides to do. But it's not really going to matter at this point. It's a non-factor. The Stargate was merely more of a mind game trick because now he's defending against an air toss that's not going to air at all.
Well, actually, Bronze is going up to Hive Tech, and he does have +2 attack finish now. But he really needs to throw down Aspire and get some Corruptors, even if just to fend off the Muta, or not the Muta, sorry, the Phoenixes, and then go into a Muta switch.
That definitely would. Actually, I think that would be a really cool transition. Let's ask the chat. What do you guys think is going to happen here? We got a few more seconds here before we have a major engagement. If you guys have any predictions, go ahead and let us know in the chat.
That is a lot of... Oh, this is... Yeah.
The Colossus are just doing way too much damage. They're in the proper position in the back. See, this is the way I wish I could play. I wish I could just be on top of everything as a Protoss player. That would be so awesome. And he is just keeping this entire army back.
And +2 attack is just about done for the Protoss. That said, a lot of the army supply though for bronze is in Zerglings, which against Colossus is one-sided, and Void Ray production.
Exactly.
Void Ray.
Oh, he's gonna get the timing. He's gonna get right in there. Oh wait, no, the cannons are gonna stop it, and then they're just gonna get roasted by the Colossus. He has to retreat.
And Void Ray production has actually started, and there's no +1 attack on the Void Rays.
And you know what's really, really bad for our Zerg player right now is that we're looking, he's at max supply right now, and he cannot do anything else about it. I would like to see him go ahead and get some Broodlords. The Broodlords would be an epic change over here. Now, he does got, if you look up here in the, right by the natural, or the second base, we have a lot of Vipers. Exactly. Yeah. So that may actually help out a lot to be able to abduct the Colossus. I really hope the Micro and the APM is really going to be worth it. We have Swarm Hosts also in this matchup here now. This may be huge. Does he have Enduring Locust?
Yes, he does. And
okay, so yeah, go ahead.
He does have 4. Yeah, he does have 4 abducts, and he's getting close to 6. But he's only going. One Blinding Cloud will take off at least 1, if not 2. And he gets to the Colossus.
That's our money. He gets the Colossus right off the bat. Wow.
So he picks off 2 Colossus. If he can get the other 3 Colossus, which I believe he has just enough abducts for. No, not anymore.
No more abducts.
He has to fight that.
He needs to get that Colossus. He needs to get that Colossus up there. Get one more. He'll be able to take this engagement. He has to pull back. Pull back. There we go. There we go. Wow, this is really great.
If he'd had his Swarm Host there, he could have done a lot more damage there.
The Swarm House is too far behind. They needed to have been pushed up. This would have been huge. There were no observers in that army.
There are 13 Swarm Hosts on the way, as well as 3-3.
But he needs to make sure those Swarm Hosts are with his army. He needs to actually get Max back up, get the Swarm Host with his army, use his army to defend, and actually do something with it. I actually think he should probably move up to another hatchery right here in the middle and go ahead and push up against Drew's base right here.
Yeah, and he actually has to deny Drew's 4th. So yeah, he should just sit the Swarm Host in there, then take that base.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but he just revealed his Swarm Host tech big time. So there's going to be some observers on the way immediately. I think so. I'm trying to find it.
As soon as the Colossus pops, I'll bet. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, it's fine. I'm talking too much anyway.
That's it. He is actually picking off 1 or 2 sentries though, and I think he did get a High Templar. So the Swarm Hosts are doing a little bit because there's only 2 Colossus. And
you were actually wrong. We have no observer. He's going for another Colossus. Go ahead though.
If he can get both of those Colossus, nothing else in this army is any good really against the Swarm Hosts. The sentries help, but they don't have enough energy to force field forever.
I'm actually mistaken now. He did produce 1 before those 2 Colossus. He has 1 observer in this army, and that's going to be enough to take out all the Swarm Hosts. He needs to move an army up there or something. Bronze does, so he can take it. He needs to abduct the Colossus, and storms are going down too. He needs to abduct the Colossus right into the Locust line.
And he gets it.
There it is. Yes. Oh, that was sick. Sick abduct.
Perfect. But
now he got Drew on the run.
He needs to start transitioning into mutas now.
Yeah, he definitely does. Well, no, the mutas would not be good with the Stalker count right now. I mean, I know if it was a Void Ray versus Stalker, I could say that it would be huge. But against Stalkers, mutas actually are really, really horrible. He needs to burrow. He needs to get all those Swarm Hosts burrowed in. But that Observer is still alive. That is a very, very, very bad position, and he has no other army. But then again, we have a Roach push going against the 5th base for Drew at the same time.
And we have storms going down on the Locust. And the Swarm Hosts are well, some of the swarm hosts do suicide, but the Colossus are right on top of the swarm host. He needs
It's
to.
another Colossus. Wow.
But there's not enough meat in front of the army anymore. It's all gone.
There's no meat. I like the retreat though. The stutter step retreat. I really like that. Sacrifice one swarm host. Go ahead and get the rest of your swarm hosts out of there. They are so expensive units. You need to be able to protect them as much as possible.
And we do have 16 Hydras now, and 9 more on the way.
I don't like Hydras against Colossus. They get roasted just like a Zergling. They don't take that much at all to take out.
He does also have double up. He does have double spire, and he has got double upgrades, or he did have them going. And 3-3 is now done on his swarm host. Well, the Protoss only has +3 attack, and that swarm host is going suicidal. Those looks are just going to start killing off this base. They almost get that Colossus.
He needs to make more Vipers. That is the only thing that's saving him right now. Oh no, he does have 4. And
5.
What is the energy sitting at? 5. What is the energy sitting at right now? Oh, 191, 220. He can really do this. I think he has a really good potential.
I think I think he's got this. Less if Drew can get that critical mass of Void Rays out, which he isn't chrono boosting out Void Rays right now like he should.
What I really like is that that our Zerg player does have muscular augments and ranged grooved spines for our Hydralisk. So he's going to be able to do some significant damage against these Void Rays if he gets, you know, that Hydralisk count that you're going to need to beat the Void Rays.
Well, he is sieging up on the 4th, and I don't think there's anything that Drew can really do to stop that. There's too many Hydras for the Void Rays to do anything.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he did mitch it. He needs to move back though with his Hydra so he doesn't get roasted by the Colossus. Get the abducts in. There it is. It's the GG. TrpleT wins. Bronze. Good game for the both of you. Well played, both of you. It was really back and forth. I love that game. That was awesome.
I really liked that he went for the swarm hosts, which you don't have to make it that 45-minute to an hour-long game, but you can just using the abducts, as Bronze proved.
I'm inclined to agree with you. I think the abducts were the deciding factor there. The Colossus got taken out over and over and over again, and that was the one thing that was saving our Protoss player. And if not for that, it would have been a steamroll from the beginning. I really like the fact that he was able to scout that and say, hey, I need more Colossus. I was going to say he made that actually stretch out.
Yeah.
What do you think that our Protoss player could have done to actually make him win the game and turn the tide over?
He needed more. He needed to feed back the Vipers much faster and then get a couple of Archons in the mix.
You know, that would have worked. The splash damage against the Locust would have definitely allowed our player to push forward. What I don't understand, though, is why, if he had those Void Rays, he just sat back at his base. Why he didn't go ahead and take the Observer and take out those Swarm Hosts?
Didn't want to engage into them. He had so many Stalkers, though. And those just are not good against the Swarm Hosts at all.
Well, I was thinking about the Void Rays, because he didn't even have the Hydras up halfway in the field when the Swarm Host was still sitting in the middle of the map.
Yeah,
I think we both agree, though, that the Swarm Hosts were the deciding factor here with the money up decks.
Yeah, I don't know why Drew was going for Void Rays. Void Rays are not good against Swarm Hosts. Like, he had 1 or 2, and that was okay. It's always good to have a Void Ray or 2, but just building up that critical mass that would be required, he just didn't have the time.
Absolutely. I'm actually going to go ahead and request that we go ahead and take this to a 2 to 3 minute break. I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Actually, Ash, before you go, if you're not gone already.
No, I'm here.
I do believe that was the last game. I believe that's 4-1.
Oh, that is 4-7. I mean 4-2, 4-1. Yeah, 4-1. That was it. Well, congratulations to Team TrpleT, and I also want to give congratulations to Team ViViD for putting all their hearts into this matchup. And thank you to all of our viewers in the chat. This has been an amazing series. I was very, very fortunate and happy to be able to cast this with my amazing other co-caster, or me, the co-caster, whoever you want to say, the TrpleT.
Yes, and thank you for coming and casting with me, Ashaeden. It's been a pleasure. And hopefully Past will allow us to cast some more Clan Wars.
I think that'd be really, really amazing. I really like the chemistry that we have together, and your knowledge of the game, even though you say it's limited, seems to be very, very on point. And that's really, really refreshing to me to be able to cast with someone that actually has a knowledge of this game.
Well, thank you, and GG to everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching and playing. But I'm actually going to go to the bathroom as well now. So I'm actually going to stop the stream here. So.
Well, have a good night, everyone. I look forward to playing with you. Anyone, everyone, you guys can invite me, whatever. I will play some Pete mode or whatever the case may be. And have a good night. May the forks be with you.
GG's.